Ah, Knife Point Ridge. Oh. Perhaps a warning shot will get their attention. Consider yourself warned. You know, I don't think that got their attention, Fidel. I'm going to have to try again. How's this for a warning shot? These bandit sentries are terrible. If these were orcish sentries, they'd be killed and eaten for tomorrow's rations. Hello? Does anyone see these arrows? Anyone want to investigate? What are you looking at me for, Findle? I've got arrows to spare here. Anyone at all want to do the slightest job of a sentry? No? Very well. We'll do this the much more entertaining way. Findle, ordinarily I'd tell you to remain behind, but in truth, you're never going to be a decent squire if you don't learn how to handle melee combat, so you may as well follow me. Right, Findle. Here's my plan. I'm going to go outside the gates of their fortress, announce my presence, and challenge their leader to single combat. I'm sure this will work splendidly. Attention, bandit scum! No, I'm not really interested in lessers. Bandit scum? By bandit scum, I meant the leader. The man I can challenge for ownership of this mine. Is there more bandit scum who wishes to challenge me? Because if not, this is going to be rather sad. Hello? Hello? Ah, I see someone peppered the area with arrows. So again, I wonder what your sentries were doing. Hello? Oh. Well, if you're going to stand up there, I guess I can come and fight you. Really isn't very sporting of you to just stand up there waiting for me. I mean, I could have Findle kill you. Come here. I will allow you one hit on me. Yes, have a stagger. Oh, you know how to block. Very good. Unfortunately, you could not pull that trick twice. Hello. My blocking skill is superior. Findle, you stole my kill. You have decent weapons. Perhaps you should learn how to use them. Hey, what am I doing giving the bandits advice? That's a very good question, Findle. You should have asked it, and for your sake I'm going to pretend that you did. The fact of the matter is, you can always judge a man by his class of enemies, and so far my enemies have been, well, lacking. Aside from that dragon, but we'll get to him eventually, I presume. So, I figure, if I give the bandits advice, they might actually be a threat to someone. Obviously not me, you know, but someone who might be willing to pay a larger bounty for them. And then I could kill them and get the bounty money. A smelter! Well, this is marvelous. Turn all these iron ore that I have into iron ingots. There we are. Now, what petty sort of weapons do these bandits make? Oh, what now? An orcish greatsword. Findle, this is the ancestral weapon of my people. It sings to me. Now, granted, it's not as good as what I've got, and it weighs 18. I'm going to grab it. Right, into the mines we go. You know, I don't put much stock anymore in this find the bandit leader and challenge him to single combat thing. I mean, it appears that he just hunkered down here in the mine. I had expected to be able to respect him warrior to warrior, but to not answer a challenge when one is issued? I mean, you're just insulting me, man. Come out and fight me already. Hello? Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, what you lack in courage, you make for resilience. I'll have to match that. Oak flesh. Now, let's have a fight. Findle, you're getting in the way. You're getting in the way of my... Findle! You've just taken... Well... You did just take frost damage, and you cost me a charge on my weapon. Well, that wasn't too bad. Orcish battle axe. Yes. He's less than the Battle Axe of Cold, and the Battle Axe of Cold is almost out of charges. So, yes, you see, Findle, it's not the kill stealing I mind, and it's really not you being hit by my sword. You are responsible for your own health, after all. It's you draining charges of the magical enchantments that I have that really sticks in my craw. Now, in here we have another orcish sword. Well, unfortunately, don't need that. Some food. Yes, starting to get hungry anyway. And this is orichalcum. Excellent. Yes, well, regrettably, I am going to drop the orcish sword. In fact, I'm going to drop the sword. No, I'm not. I'm going to give it to Findle, obviously.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry?
I need you to carry this sword that I've got. Be careful, Findle. Weapon of my ancestors. I wouldn't want to have to punish you for breaking it. Keep it appropriately polished, too. My big, strong, turgid sword. Yes, keep it polished.
Lead on.
I'll take that back later, but until this thing runs out of charges, I think we'll keep it. Now, Findle, I believe I've demonstrated to you sufficiently the art of mining various ores. In Embershard Mine, for example, you watched my form and technique, so you should have some idea of the concept. You take a pickaxe, you strike a rock 9 times, and you walk away with 3 ores of whatever type it happens to be in that particular rock. However, this is orichalcum. It is the metal of the gods, and therefore I'm going to be mining it. And as you can see, I have my own technique wherein I attack the rock more aggressively than one might expect. Again, this is simply paying proper tribute to Marakath and whatever local god of smithing there might be. Was it Justinian? I don't much care, really. Goodness, this is tedious. Perhaps we should have left a couple of bandits alive and used them as slave labor to finish mining my mine a little bit faster. Right, Findle. Oh. Mead. Excellent. A toast to the acquisition of my second mine. I think we'll call it the Sioux Mining Company. No. Need a better name. You helped. We can call it the Foo. No. Sioux, Fendel, Sioux. I'm not particular, honestly, about the order. Oh, don't mistake that for lack of ego on my part, Findle. I figure if your name is first, you're the more prominent target. And, well, I mean, let's face it. If bandits come after me, it's not like I would have any trouble putting them down. If bandits come after you, well, I might be out a partner, and then I could have it for myself. Which, you know, isn't the worst idea in the world. Right, well, must be off. Findle, I must say, I'm getting rather sick of putting together these Nords' economy for them. I mean, I've already done their courier service, and I'm doing the bounty hunting, and now I'm going to invent titles and deeds. Now, there's simply the matter of getting back to Falkreath and collecting our glorious reward. Yes, Findle, I trust you know which way we're going. This force all looks the same to me, but I think it was this way. Oh, blast, Findle, I've lost the road again. Findle, you were supposed to have the map. Where is it? I suspect... Yes, we are about to pass the mountain range that marks more or less the boundary of Falkreath Hold and the Reach. And therefore we want to go south of this mountain range. I know what you're thinking, Findle, which is that Falkreath Hold is the Reach. In this you are correct. I was testing you. Obviously, I know my geography. It is the Reach, right? Wait a minute. I think it's the... Oh, for crying out loud. Why must Skyrim's geography be so ridiculous? Although, hold on. There was one other thing I wanted to see. Look, don't look at me, Findle. At least we're getting our exercise in. This is a very important thing for you. If you're going to be a knight someday, you'll be running around in full plate armor. I say running around because, well, you've seen the mountains of Skyrim, right? Horses aren't exactly suited for this sort of terrain. Although I suppose it would be funny to see a horse attempt to climb a mountain. Perhaps when I'm retired I shall train one.
And now a word from our sponsor, me! Yeah, this Kefka guy, I can learn some things from him in my speedrunning War Crimes Let's Play over on Civ. Oh no. Have I made this unwinnable by accident? You're gonna kill my blood bag, aren't you? Oh look! He's still dazed even though he's dead.